I got broads in Atlanta, she's with the room in the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van. Legacies, family, way sitting like a planet. Going to like a Montana, 100 kilos on the hands. Legacies,
This your boy D-Lo, Bob King, and I'm about to get with something new for y'all. Now everybody dance, they do their thing, but this that bet you can't do it like me, child. Let's go like ooh, ooh, hey, hey, turn up, ooh, ooh, hey, hey, turn up, ooh, ooh, hey, hey, turn up, ooh, ooh, nothing makes me get another hit. Can't whip like me, can't really rock like me, can't sexy walk like me, can't hit the corner like me, hey, bitch can't drop like me, can't hit the folks like me, can't name like me, can't deal shuffle like me, like no, bitch can't do it like me, bitch can't do it like me, no, bitch can't do it like me, bitch can't do it like me, no, bitch can't do it like me, bitch can't.
You have to skip on the other part.
The other part.
Yeah.
DJ Mike, man, got it.
I can't. Why? You messed it up. Why? But I did the first one.
I can do it by myself or I can do it with my team. But when I'm with my brothers, we just hit that dream team. Now drink, team, drink, team, drink, team. I'm like what these haters mean. Drink, team, drink, team, drink, team. I'm like what these haters mean. I never tap with the right, never tap with the left. Swing your arm 3 times. Hey, do your dance, switch to the other side. Hey, when he hop to the right, when he hop to the left, pull to the right 2 times. Hey, lift to the left, put it in your chest, now go break it down. Hey, go break it down. Hey, go break it down. Hey, go break it down. I can feel my shoe. Go break it down. Go break it down. Go break it down. I say go break it down. I've been flexing since a young. I keep money in my pocket. I've been all around the world. Seen them hate, they need to stop it. Hey, really rock my back. I just put it in the coffin, but I don't like the sport. You can watch me hit the dolphin. Hey, ooh, hey, hey, turn up. Ooh, hey, hey, turn up. Ooh, hey, hey, turn up. Ooh, hey, hey, turn up.
I think this is the biggest crowd of youngins we've had here in a minute. They're all wonderful addition to our summer program, Kids Journey Summer Program Year 2. Actually, Young Kings and Queen, it is a blessing. Every time we go on a trip, you gotta rock them shirts. So if you want to wear them during the week, just make sure you keep it clean for Saturday, okay? If you want to rock with it, yes, that fit much better. You just gotta wash it once or twice. You'll be good to go, okay? It's gonna shrink a little bit.
I'm gonna be singing.
I got you. I got some people who got to walk in here who didn't perform yet though. We got a new MC next week. Got a bunch of youngers gonna take MC, but I think I know who's next. I think I know. Yes, I do. Next up on the stage, this young queen. She's still in the building. She's looking at me like, I cannot wait to get on stage. A recent graduate of Asbury Park High School. She didn't want to leave, but it's a blessing to move to the next stage. Everybody give some love to Desire. More. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Let me get the stand for you. So take care, Miss Berry. Take care, Tajim and Zima.
The future is bright.
Yes, yes it is. Hi everybody.
Hey.
You're still wait.
Sorry about that. Played receiver in college, y'all.
You got it? It's good? You sure? Okay. Hi everybody. Recently I've been through a lot at home. So I went through some things that my dad had tried to throw out. And I found one of these poems that he had written. I didn't know my dad wrote poetry until yesterday. Okay. Speaking through this brightness. Speaking through the song of MJ, I'm staring at the man in the mirror, and I'm not a fan of the reflection I see there. The reflection is a disgrace of my life, which I need to make much cleaner. The man looking back at me says, the way you make me feel is death inside. What happened to the youth that used to make our mom's eyes swell up in tears full of pride? Right now, the life I'm living is bad, and I can't be mad at no one but myself, and that makes me sad. When my crew asked me if I wanted to be in a gang, I said, yeah, I want to rock with you. I'll just tell me what you need and I'll come through. Since then, living my life like this has become way too dangerous. My reflection is shouting back at me saying, save us. I felt that growing up, thugging on the streets was just a part of human nature. Hustling and gangbanging was going to be my major. The face in the mirror through reminds me there's another part of me, the me that had a dream of earning a degree and one day being called daddy. Even though my life has made for an amazing thriller, I'm not proud of having become a stealer, dealer, or killer. Never getting caught, I believe myself to be a smooth criminal, but when I witnessed my little homie getting gunned down, I quickly realized I wasn't invincible. He said, please hold my hand when I did as he took his last breath, and that's when I decided then and there I didn't want to die that death. I tried not to cry, but okay. I'm done.
Okay, yes. Don't go nowhere. Everybody get some love to the side one. Okay, knock her off. She ain't sitting back down just yet. Whoop. Scooter boop. Nope. But that was deep, and you said that the craziest turn of events, how from going up to pick up your stuff, you found your father's poem, and I want to know what emotions were going through your mind, and as you read those words of your father's life, and how did it make you feel?
Reading that poem for the first time made me feel a little scared because I didn't know the life my dad had lived before we was born. So just reading a couple of his poems, I realized my dad really been through a lot. But you can tell that he has changed because he has 5 kids. And just by seeing the way he teaches my brothers not to be out in the streets gangbanging and doing all the stuff that you see the little boys out here doing, is really, my dad is our role model because he changed his whole life just because he had kids. Right now, I'm just happy my dad's in my life.
Oh, yes, that's beautiful.
They need a song saying, where would I be without you, Papa? Stop. But and it's true, like we said, it's good to see that. I think as we get older, that's when we begin to really, truly understand what our parents have gone through and have that deeper appreciation to see that the sacrifice that they made to provide us a life that we deserve. So that was beautiful. I thank you for sharing that with us. Moving along, next up on the microphone, this young brother, he said, I don't know if he's singing and dancing, but he got the courage to finally step up on stage, and I'm excited. He is the one has been absorbing the most knowledge. I can really see the change taking place in him, man. As in 3 weeks of the program, we do the yoga, this man is doing his best. We do the meditation, you see his mind becoming focused and sharp and still. And you hear how he speaks afterwards, and you see the seeds beginning to take root. I want you guys to all give some love to this young brother C as he steps up to the stage. Yeah, clap it up. Clap it up. Dancing, singing, poetry.
So, hello. Like, we're doing this song in the chorus, and it was one of the songs that we were supposed to do. So it's called California Dreaming. Yeah. So here goes. Oh my Lord.
We wish you.
All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. You know the preacher likes it cold, he knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Oh my God. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. If I didn't tell her, I could leave today. California dreaming on such a winter's day.
Everybody give some love to Brother C. Brother C. The courage that it takes to come up on stage and to express yourself, man. Let's give my man, I'm very proud of my man. Give us a hug, give him a hug, right? Yeah! That's family right there, man. It takes a lot. I know at that age, man, it was difficult for me to step in front of people, especially that didn't look like me. But for you to come out here and say, if you want to do an album together, just let me know. I'll get my vocals straight too. California dreaming. But good job, brother. I'm not gonna ask him a question right now, but he looking like I don't want no parts of that microphone right now. But that's good, that's good. Moving along. Okay, next up on the mic, we got another youngin. She's a wonderful young soul, always coming to support us. She is an excellent young queen. Actually, part of our summer program that I do, I work at the high school in Asbury Park for the school-based program, The Spot, and we run a summer program that is free, and she is a part of it. She's like, Mr. Ronnie, I'm running a poem for the open mic this Saturday. And I'm like, girl, I'm excited. Glad to have you back. So let's give some love for Miss Adasia Watts. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Okay, hi. Hello. Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, so I'm gonna read two poems for you, and this first one I have is kind of an autobiography, and it's called My Crazy Fun Life. The life of mine can get crazy. I love the feel of a good life story, but this is not just a regular old life story, 'cause it's mine. Born in Christiana Hospital in Delaware on April 3rd, 2001 at 6:30 p.m. That's the day the Lord put me into this world with a smile on my face. Even if I came out on time, I would still be smiling. We moved to New Jersey when I was 7 years old. When I moved here, I got into dancing, like tap and ballet. I hated every second of it. But at the final recital, my shoe came off. I put it back on with grace and hands-free and kept dancing. I had a couple of fun years here in New Jersey, like going through the JET program. I met a lot of fun people like Mr. Ronnie and Mr. Michael. I never really met people with spirit like theirs. Oh, and I almost forgot about the Omega Sci-Fi High Achievement Award I got a few years ago. That was a good day for me and my family. My life has had some pretty big milestones, like the time I went to the One Direction concert. I was so happy, and I was in the Eagle Stadium, my favorite football team. Or the time I fell off the monkey bars and fractured my wrist and shoulder. Life knocked me down, but I got back up. There's way more things to say about me. Like how I'd love to say that I graduated with a 3.4 GPA in high honors just last month. And now I am a contestant in the National American Miss pageant in August. That's the crazy, cool, fun life about a Deja Jonay watch. My life isn't perfect, but whose is? And this second poem for me, you guys, is kind of about friend zones. And I kind of wrote this from inspiration from a YouTube video I watched. And I was like, hey, why not make a poem out of this? So this is called Friend Zoned. Being in the friend zone is the worst thing in the world. It's like when you want to be something more, but you're stuck as friends. It's cold as ice when your crush says we're just friends. Like when you buy a whole new outfit for him, just for him, and all he notices are your old Adidas. It's almost like he doesn't think you're pretty or cool enough to be his girlfriend. But we must realize that we are beautiful, smart, and cool. And if he doesn't realize that, then it's his loss. It's like it doesn't matter how pretty he thinks you are. He must see the light inside of you to stop being in the friend zone with you. And when you hang out with him at a football game because he thinks you're his bro, when you want to be in the movie Cuddling in the Row. It's even worse because he knows you want to be a couple, or when he already has a girlfriend. Being in the friend zone is the most painful thing in the world, for boys or for girls, especially for teenagers. This one's about my fiance, and now I'm engaged. There will come a day when the fear of death will become a favorite joke amongst past corpses, and they're already laughing. My love, please don't be afraid. There will become a day where field mice play in empty sockets, when our bones become homes for living creatures other than our egos, when time jostled our skeletons out of combustion, that is me and you, and we're all right. With our love letters that spell I-O-U eternity. If we believe in life after death, then I often wonder why we assume dead is like coffins, when people were never meant to live in boxes. So when we have children, I hope that they'll have enough good sense to give us a little wiggle room, to leave us exposed like stray dogs. And I thunderstorm, and when I hear the breeze, I won't know it's the breeze. And when I feel the rain, I won't know it's the rain. And when I behold the sky, I will not know it's the sky. Instead, I will hear the breeze and then think it is when I hear the breeze and think it is a laugh to return to the heart of my ear. I will feel the rain and I will think it is a pinprick of your kiss. And when the rain is tender, I will know something has softened you. And when it is violent, I will know that something has shaken you. And this newfound And in this newfound understanding, without eyes or lips or hands or ears, our bones will live in our bones will love in the dirt, not knowing our nakedness. Imagine a corpse cursing the calligraphy of wind, and our disrepealed of weaves of gardens of ourselves. Sprouts of curious grass shooting from eye sockets, hard spews, skipping stones meant for child's play in a devil's sun, looking for your missing teeth neither one of us can eat from or smile from these days. And in the days that go unnoticed, the nights that go unslept, and we talk with the souls with the holes where our ribs once sense, imagine your skull and mine reduced to grins, most washed clean of our sins, and our skins growing young again, forgetting why we have ever ridiculed or why we ever furlowed with the prow of our plow, but become dust with me, insignificant and everywhere. Where I will love you, and even after your mineral has become a whistle, and your bones nothing more than the snickering of gravel, let us soak in the spaces of shadows left behind, your skeleton intertwined with mine, and I will tie your soul onto my ankle. And I will know what it's like to step into a dream. And you will tie onto my backbone to see how much it hurt so bad when you told me you were calling it quits. And I don't know how many years have passed, or that years have passed at all. All I know is that the rain falls. All I know is that you kiss me like a rainfall. The sun bleaches us clear, and each day is romance. All is to say, we're already laughing. There was a wedding of pebbles and earthworms waiting when our tuxedo skeletons no longer fit. The space for our faces to lie, planted for the side of smiling. This place is where we can still be in love. This place where we can be still and be in love. Just two gentle skulls.
How we doing, folks? We holding on out there? We holding on? Yes. Strong crowd. This is the quietest the kids at our camp has ever been. This is beautiful. Every session is going to be an open mic. We need you guys as props too, so you have to come as well too. But it's beautiful. All right. Few more poets on the microphone. Few more poets. Next up, we have the poet. I'm trying to figure out who the poet is. The poet. Anybody sign up? Yeah, I knew he was in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome a new face. Always good to see new brothers in the building. Nice to see you, the poet. Everybody give him a nice warm welcome. Give him some love as he blesses the mic for the first time. No love in the background? No clap? No?
Yes, sir. Yes, here we go. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is the Poet. That's my stage name. It stands for Painting Out Everyday Thoughts. I'm gonna give y'all two poems. I write a lot of conscious material. You know, it's very informative, and you can reflect upon it. I'm gonna give you, I give poems about what goes on in my community and things of that nature. I'm just gonna let you hear the poem. This is no title. You know, I just let y'all hear it and see where we go from there. Listen to the story though. Please don't confuse it with my cousin Cocaine, for I was born in the 80s to destroy lives and mislead your babies. Oh, you want to know the truth? Yeah, I was shipped from small islands inside a banana booth. Truth be told, I was created to destroy your soul. Put me first, put everything else on hold. You can't get me from a supermarket, but go to the black market and there you see. If you want to get rich, I'm the one you see. But if you get pinched, don't mention me. I am the ultimate drug, but I show no love. I just move through the hands and the veins of my victims. It's sickening how they act and fiend for this crack. Still lie and cheat and ready to jack. I laugh at these fools for their foolish acts. Yeah, even them hustlers got a hold of me, but I love them young boys because they're in love with me. I promised them girls, cars, and all this money. Now they all in jail and it's all so funny. So many of them sold their souls to this fast money. It's hard to keep up with these crash dummies. For I've been ripped apart millions of lives and rich people too. Some chose to sell me, others chose to use me. They are the ones who usually abuse me. Not thinking about the hunger or the hunger in their kids. Won't puff me, they forget about what they should have did. Don't forget that I am crack, I am the American dream. The laws can't beam me, I'm always in demand. So if you don't want to be part of my pain or suffering and fam, educate your fam and tell them to turn their back, because I am forever crack. I just heard about this event. I just came back I'm from Asbury Park. I'm originally from Asbury Park. I've been going back and forth from North to Asbury, whatever the case may be. So a friend of mine had told me about the event out here, so I figured I'd come out here. I don't do nothing anyway. I just work, sit in the house. I don't do much. So this poem right here is for the ladies in here, for all the women in here. You know, I know as man we don't see a lot of the stuff y'all go through, but me having a single parent mom and things of that nature. This poem right here is called Precious Stone, My Queens. You're a precious stone, baby girl, you gotta do is believe. Many try hard to make you fail because they don't want you to achieve. The actions of society base you on sexuality, low self-esteem so they could bring down your morality. This ain't just. It's millions of women struggling trying to survive just like us. Derogatory words and obscene scorns is bound to leave woman torn. For I'm only a man with justice in the plan. The struggles you had to surpass for so I understand. So gullible and naive you had to learn from your past. You ask many questions, but many just laugh, not knowing it's hard to be a woman, the giver of birth, the mother of the earth. Still in society, they don't see what you're worth. An arrow in your heart, some hole out, you managed to pull it out, slowly healing the wounds of lies and deceit. You're a queen, and forever my kiss will last on your cheek. No matter the difficulty in the eyes, everything seems. In a real man's eyes, you will always be that precious royal stone, my queen. I talk a lot too, so I don't want to be up here, you know, like just up here, just talking and stuff. But you want another one? All right. This poem right here is called. Okay, I give you. I have wrote this. You know, I come from an environment where sometimes we make the wrong choices throughout our life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the point in my life when I'm trying to build stability for myself. You know, because it's like a lot of us being incarcerated. And I learned through my incarcerations, because I had multiple incarcerations throughout my lifetime. I got locked up in my early 20s. That when you're away from your family, not only are you doing it bad, but your loved ones are too. You know, so you're not able to change what's going outside. Certain things, you just gotta accept what happens. But I take responsibility and accountability for my own actions. But this poem right here is called My Struggle. I had wrote this when I was incarcerated. It's called My Struggle. Yes, my struggle has been rough and deep. A bed full of tears and blood on my sheets. A pillow for where I lay where my pain and emotions meet. My struggle is deeper than the blue sea. It consists of rocky mountains and southern smooth plains. Whatever choice you make, this is what your struggle brings. Some like it, some love it, some hate it. In reality, this is how I made it. My parents taught me the rounds. Instead, I chose to go out of bounds. Now I sit in this four-corner room as my struggle begins to gloom. Now I start to reminisce about my choices that had me missing. No more living in the dark as I gradually walk to the shining light. Spiritually, mentally, and physically inclined to try my best to walk the straight line. No longer blind to my inner desires. Love and peace and happiness what I now desire. My heart is no longer filled with fire. Just a struggle with righteousness what I now try to conquer. I am through my old ways. As I move on, prepare for better days. I can never give up because this is what my struggle brings.
Everybody get some love for the poet one more time. And I don't think it can get much realer than that, man. And,
that's real.
And going from the beginning to the middle to the end, I can ask a million questions too. But I'm gonna keep it simple. What was the inspiration behind the '80s in the cocaine poem? What was that sparked you in your mind to this stuff there? You got next, Judge. She wanna answer your question.
You know, when we young, especially those that was born in the 80s, that's 80 babies. I don't know if there's anybody here, some 80 babies. But, you know, like some of our parents come from that struggle. So as I got older, I never understood the concept of them having that strong addiction. You know, it was like, I see now, understand that back then, the 80s, it was cool to smoke the weed and mix it with the coke, what they would call woolies at the time, you know? That was something that was cool back then, that was something acceptable. But then after a while, that didn't help them to get high, so they started smoking the glass pipe, which, you know, made some of it get strung out. I said to say this because it's the same thing that's going on now. You got the young kids, weed's not strong enough for them now, so they out here popping Molly and doing other pills, you know, so now it's like addiction, you know, like if you watch a lot of young boys, they're looking burnt out, they're losing their shine, due to the fact that they think it's cool, you get what I'm saying? So they wind up having a more strong addiction. But now me understand that and me seeing my family go through that, who got themselves together, I realized the history in that, and it was just only like a fad thing. So, you know, I just made it as a third person so we could educate our kids about crack, educate our kids about making sure they go to school. Selling drugs is nothing cool. Being locked up is nothing cool. You're away from your families. You don't want to share beds with another man. You don't want to be told when to eat, when to go to bed, when to sleep. You know, you want to enjoy it. You want to be able to eat when you want to eat. You want to be able to walk to the beach when you want, use the phone when you want. Just little things you start to value, you know. You start looking at life at a better perspective, no matter what your belief is or whatever. But that poem right there was just something to enlighten those, especially the ones who came up from the 80s, who came from that struggle, you know, to give them a little insight. That's what made me write that when I was incarcerated. Plus, and me seeing my mom, this was a strong woman overcoming their obstacles. You know what I'm saying? And I say and understand that. And, you know, that's what made me write that poem right there.
Thank you, brother. Love to hear the people keep, you know what I'm saying, connect. And it's true, it's a journey, the life that we go through. And I think we all get to the point where we appreciate and value what our parents have been through in their struggle, and that gives us the power to continue to push forward. Because it's deep, and even deeper with the crack. Ask yourself, how did these cracks even get onto the streets? You know what I'm saying? I remember watching the movie American Gangster, and they showed Denzel fly out from, I think it was like Taiwan or North Korea. And you have to ask yourself, how did he just fly back into America with all that crack in these coffins? You know what I'm saying? You don't think nobody was checking a black brother, young, flashy, and fly coming into America? Look into the paperwork. You'll see how the CIA was directly connected to a lot of the infiltration of crack in these streets, especially the inner cities. And what did it do? It debilitated a complete generation, took away the leaders, the kings that was guiding these young souls, and now they out here running wild on these streets with what? No guidance, no connection to their higher self, to their community, to their ancestors of who or where they came from. So when you start seeing that a lot of this stuff doesn't just happen, when you have life in this matrix, the matrix always knows what the outcome is going to be. And when you realize when they put these drugs into these communities, they already knew what the outcome was going to be. They're feeding the privatized prison systems in the community. They're removing fathers from their children, a lot of single men growing up, a lot of hurt females with no daddies in their life, and you see what it breeds. And that's the system that we're currently living in. So hearing him speak that poem, it begins to make us think more. Why are these things happening? Because we always look, oh, look at that person, look at that crackhead, he's a bum. But do you know the story behind that, how this was even created? So before we judge, we have to try to understand, fully understand, how did this all begin? Because some of us are just caught up in the mix. And it's deep, man, so I thank you for that. So moving along, final couple posts. We got a couple returns onto the microphone. Before I come back, oh yeah, brother Amir was waiting for me patiently. I ain't forget about you, brother. This is your turn. Everybody give some love for Amir de los Santos as he comes back to the stage. 2 more posts from that, we're gonna be calling it, but give him some love. I think was he dancing, singing? What we got right now?
Doing both.
Doing both, what we got?
I'm doing the poem first.
Poem first, yes sir.
Tall like me. Alright, this is a poem that I wrote called It's a Blessing. It's a blessing to just come up to the mic, as others are watching you shine under the spotlight. Whether you're singing, dancing, or whatever you do, I'm going to tell you how and why I started doing what I do. I started writing poetry at 12 years old, just mixing thoughts together to fit it in with the fold. I love writing poetry, it's what I do. Who knows, maybe I can be today's Maya Angelou. It's a blessing to be the first in the family to go to college and share with you all my positive words of rhyming knowledge. Doing what you love, it isn't as easy as it seems. You can do it just as long as you follow your dreams. It's a blessing to just wake up to a new day, as every morning and night I kneel down on my knees and pray. Keep your head up, never let it fall. It's a blessing to be here today. Thank you all.
Quick, coming back to the stage, everybody welcome Coffee on the Streets. He is back for a second round, got more love and light to share with us. Give this brother your undivided attention.
Testing, okay. Got you.
Good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, here I am. And this is the first piece I blessed the Kula Cafe with when I first came over here. It's called Last Night I Had a Dream. It goes like this. Last night I had a dream that every Latin was a king. And every Christian, Muslim, and Jehovah's Witness prayed to the same supreme being. The Crips and Bloods were on the same page. They were striving for the same things, for the oppressed to be finally set free and blessed. Last night I had a dream that I was talking to an angel, but it didn't have any wings. And then I traveled with a blind man who told me that he sees a lot of things. And in this dream, I met a lady, but she was deaf. But she said she loved the sound of music and I should listen to the melody of the birds when they sing, because last night I had a dream. Last night I had a dream that life met death face to face. They said the reason for dying had nothing to do with skin color or race. It was about making space for sinners, believers, and people of faith. And in this dream, I met this little girl. She had no arms, but she still reached out to hug me. Then I met this little boy. He knew nothing about feelings and emotions, but he cried and he said that he loved me. Last night I had a dream. And in this dream I met a man. He was born without legs, but he was still able to stand. I looked directly in the sun's face, and I paid attention to the clouds as their hands held the sky in place. Last night I had a dream, and I'm still trying to figure out what that dream really means. Because last night, I had a dream. Got one more for you. Check it out. Who am I talking about? Who am I talking about? It was a part of, the start of, the broken heart of a man who never knew love, but he knew how to hate. So he chose to take on street roles as he dressed in what he called his hustling clothes, thinking that nobody knew or knows that he was hurting alone. He wore a hoodie full of shame and a jacket full of bad names. He had a habit to let it P, which to me stood for all his pain. He started coke hustling, thugging, stock hustling, spot muscling, doing dumb things for nothing. But to him, that stuff meant something. He had mad plans that only he could understand. He had visions of angel wings as he daydreamed amazing money schemes and other things that remained to be seen, but only in his eyes. He was rough and toughened by the things that he kept stuffed in, knowing what they were, but instead he chose to do nothing, so he played the blame game. And he accused everybody else for all his hurt and pain. But as the time began to change, he remained the same. Who am I talking about? Who am I talking about? He mixed lies with truth. He said it was the man, but when it came time for him to provide for his family, he couldn't produce. He barely had his own, and he lived under somebody else's roof. See, in reality, he had a childlike mentality as he walked around the hood asking himself, who can I impress? Who can I make proud of me? He pushed and shoved love like love was the enemy, but he treated the streets and drugs kind and friendly. He wore many faces, thinking that each one he put on was taking places, and he did, behind abandoned buildings and basements, smoking coke and sniffing dope, pushing stems, drinking and chasing. Who am I talking about? Who am I talking about? He thought that if he got locked up, got his weight up, got his hair cut, got his face lined up, that his new look would shut the hood up. But the hood doesn't care. So the block up at the corner, and they both agreed that he'd get the guy out of there. Who am I talking about? It doesn't take a genius to figure this shit out. I'm talking about you. No, I'm not. I'm talking about myself. Who am I talking about? Coffee on the street, know that.
My man is giving it to us raw and uncut, man. And we gotta hear these stories, folks. These are the people right here in Asbury Park shining daylight and letting us know, yes, got some fans. Signing autographs when the open mic is done. Latrina will be the first one. Now moving on, this young queen is begging to come back on stage. She has a poem for us this time, so I'm not going any further ado. Come on stage, Amore. This is your shine. She don't even hear me talking right now. She's like, oh, you don't want to do your poem, girl? You don't want to do your poem no more? You gotta choose one. You gotta choose one. Which one you want to do? Which was more important? You got whispers? Secret, guys.
Before I sing, I'm just gonna be doing a quick little poem. You don't need to brush your hair, put makeup on, lipstick. You're beautiful from the inside, not the outside of you. Who cares what people think? You're beautiful just the way you are. Thank you.
Oh, you got your phone? I got 1%. Like, you're gonna have Alicia with no keys on that song.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. Honey, like fantasy. Honey, like a highway. She's living in the world and it's on fire. Honey, like a catastrophe. She knows she can fly away. Oh, she got her head in the ground and she's burning it down. Oh, she got her head in the ground and she's burning it down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. She's like a girl and she's on fire. So that she could burn around, better look the other way. You can tell but you'll never forget her name. She's on top of the world, hottest and the hottest girl. Say oh, she got her head on the ground and she's running it down. Oh, oh, got her head in the ground and go back and down. Girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Oh, when I feel that she's on fire, you can see the flame that's in her eyes. Nobody landing up her night. Nobody knows but she's a lonely girl. And it's a lonely world. She can make it burn, baby, burn, baby. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. Rocking on fire. This girl is on fire. Heaven on the girl and she's on fire.
Peace and love, everyone. This is my beautiful, amazing daughter, Amore. And if you all don't know me, I am Amala. And this is my home, born and raised Asbury Park. And my children, Amore and Makai, are now a part of this wonderful vision and mission of my brothers, Michael Mills and Rodney, and just the amazing energy that they have. I would not want them anywhere else but with them, because these brothers are extraordinary and phenomenal. I truly, truly appreciate you, and I'm so thankful for what you all are doing for them, but what they're doing for you and the world. Our youth is our future, and so it is important for us to guide them, nurture them, and equip them with the tools that they need to be able to grow and sustain and thrive in this world that is ever so changing all the time. So I appreciate Conscious Youth Development and Services. I humbly support everything that you all do. I know that I'm not able to be a part of everything, but guess what? My children are here, and in spirit, most definitely, I'm bringing them to the forefront. I think the last time I was here, I saw Camp Day On It. They in. I'm signing up first day. And I'm advocating for all of the mothers and the fathers and the caretakers and the guardians that are here in Asbury Park to get your children on board. I mean, I know that the summer program is just a piece of the iceberg of what these brothers are doing. And so we need to get them involved with something like this. Mind, body, and soul. I do not know if you all understand and understand how important it is for us to align. I know it might seem a little gibberish to some of you all in the room and those who are watching. Kudos to APTV for always doing this wonderful stuff that you do. I still have not seen the show, but I think it's amazing for the support that you have. But the chakras and aligning, my children, they know about this. They know about the crystals and deep breathing and meditation. It's something that we practice at home and wherever we go. So I'm so glad that my brothers are now an extension of me to be able to assist me on my journey with them, because why? It takes a village to raise a child. So I don't even walk this journey into thinking that I am doing this alone, because we are all a part of that oneness. And this is what you all extend. We're bringing it back as the return of the ancient ones. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So what has already been done is here now, manifestation at the highest level. And so we really just have to all link on and attach to this beautiful energy that is taking place in our community of Asbury Park. I know a brother came up and said something about some people are ashamed of saying that. Listen, it's beauty within the depths of what may appear darkness. Always. So when we talk about the journey within, okay, there's always light. But Jackie Chan said it in the movie, if you see me with your eyes, you're easy to fool. Which means that you have to look beyond what is right here. When we start to activate what is inside of us, we start to go into the third eye, and we start to move beyond just this physical plane. It's possible. But meditation is serious, and it will take you to listen, it do some things for you. If y'all all just take 5 to 15 minutes a day and just meditate and be in that oneness with yourself, breathe and allow yourself to connect with you, the part of you that you don't even know exists, but it does. And so I say that, I don't even want to ramble, because y'all know I go on, right? But it's who I am, and it's me, and I am so in love with myself and who I am and what I do, because it's all for the greater good, always, and so I just want to say, this is my son, Makai, and I'm so proud of him and excited, for what he's going to continue to learn, with Brother Michael and Brother Rodney. And Amore, people always see that, she says today earlier, Mom, everybody says that we're twins. And I said, excuse me, but we're not twins. I'm Amala and you're Amore. And we are a reflection of one another. There's a beautiful exchange that goes on. Not just because I am your mother, but the fact that you chose me and that I am here is it's a beautiful exchange always. So I just want to say to all of you out there, just thank you for joining in this synergy of love, because that's really what it is. And just continue to support what the brothers are doing, and also myself. I don't I'm one of those people, I'm a gatekeeper, of my brothers and my sisters, because my duty is always to uplift fallen humanity. So even if you don't see me out here all the time, I'm on the ground working, always. My brother Coffee on the street, listen, you might see him and walk past him, I don't. I see beauty within everyone. So when I saw my brother, I don't know, it's been a minute, and when I saw him, I had to cycle back and say, come here. And it was amazing because I saw the jewel within. I didn't see him based on his appearance or what he was doing or anything. He touched my soul. And so as a result of that connection, he continues to be a support. I want to see this brother go further than where he's at. I constantly work with him. I'm a social worker at heart, what I do. And part of my nonprofit organization is to improve lives no matter what, holistic intervention. And so working with this brother and really equipping him to just go beyond his physical situation. He's been through so much, he's still going through so much, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. And all he has to do is continue to trust and know that no matter what, it's not over. And I'm one of those people who really strive to work with those who others just dismiss and just write off. And so my brother Coffee, I'm going to see it through till he's going to be on the big screen. He's going to be doing some phenomenal things. I'm helping him in so many ways. Sometimes it's beyond my reach on what I can do. So a lot of times I'm going back to Brother Michael, Brother Rodney, to help me help others, because we're in this together. I have another brother, I thought he was going to come here, today, because he's also the jewel within. And I see my brothers going through certain experiences, and a lot of times all they need is someone to talk to them, someone to say I love you, someone to say that I'm here for you. And I'm one of those people, and Coffee could tell you, I don't play. I might get up here in peace and power to the people and all of that, right? And that's cool, but I want to see action. I don't want my time to go in vain on what I'm doing, and the time and energy that take away from my husband, my family, everything. And so I appreciate him owning up to his word and said, Amal, I'm going to be there tonight. And that's all I like for people to do, is show up. Let me know that the exchange is taking place, that we are working together to make some things happen, because I can only do my part. You really ultimately got to do the rest. This is your journey. It's all for you. It's all about what you put into it and what you'll get out of it. With that being said, I'm going to say peace and love to you all. Hope you have a wonderful, weekend, and really take advantage of this information that was shared with you today. If you do nothing at all, just meditate, and that will change everything about moving forward in your life. I promise you. Peace and love, everybody.
Yeah. You're gonna take my money. So hold up. Everybody give some love for the young Queen Amala and her words of wisdom. I feel like every time we have a conversation, we're conversing on a whole other galaxy, because of the depths that we go to, and the understanding and understanding it's a beautiful thing to share. And what she said, I hope we were listening more so, because when you see the man through these eyes, you're not seeing the true reflection. And I love what she mentioned about meditation. You can actually try that out. We do free meditation sits every second and fourth Monday here at the Kula Greenhouse. It might be a little hot on Monday, but we still gonna try and come through and do it anyway, because there's a certain power that takes place when you can keep the mind still, when you can reach that space, because a lot of our anxiety, a lot of our anger and depression comes from the thoughts that enter into our mind. And when you ask yourself, who controls the mind? Of course it's myself, but there's a part of me that can't shut off some of my mind. So what do I do? How do I train the monkey mind? Well, give the monkey mind something to do. Focus it on your breath. Focus it on a pure image or idea that will begin to show it slow down. And once you can reach a space internally where the mind no longer creates those ripple effects, when it begins to quiet down, how can you experience suffering? How can you experience anxiety when you're connecting to the essence of who you truly are? And every religion, every good book talks about it in their own unique way. The structure is different, but the foundation is the same. Some religions do a better job of taking you there. But the reality is the goal is all trying to bring you to that place of God. And through the meditation, it's not a religion, it's just a practice to make you connect closer to whatever that source that you speak of. And we do it for free because we want to show people there are ways to keep that peace, man. The suffering is the programs they're projecting into your consciousness, hijacking, making you think that I'm just this body. But I'll tell you, when you experience it for yourself, don't take my words. Find out. Don't let my words be the truth for you. Sit down, breathe, and see what you feel. See where it takes you to, and I promise you, then you'll start to live once again.
I'm Ronnie Solomon. I'm Michael Mills. We're at Kula Cafe, and you're watching APTV.